Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am very excited to be trying the miracle knots. This style has been trending, so today we are going to recreate this look using synthetic curls. Most people have been doing this style with human hair, but there are also some people that want a more affordable option, especially since they don't plan on reusing the human hair. This is for you. You could go ahead and get yourself any curl pattern of your choice. I am going to be using Freetress, and now what I do is I section them out to just make the process easier. Now, this is one of the easiest styles out there to achieve. To me, it's just like boho braids, right? But the only difference is that you are adding the curls to the hair, right? Okay, so if you're new on this channel, I like to section out each of my parts before I start braiding, just so that everything looks exactly how I want. For this style, you will need to know how to do the single braids, because you will have to braid your hair or your client's hair almost to the end before attaching the curls to it. So to make this whole process easier, what I did was section out the whole entire hair, and then single braid each of them almost to the end before I started going in with the curls. This just makes it easier than doing all of them one by one. So you are going to see how I sectioned everything. Just to keep in mind, anybody can actually do this style regardless of the hair texture you have. If you have short hair or thin hair. If you have short or thin hair, you can actually go in with braiding hair. Just add a little bit of braiding hair to your actual hair and braid it, and then you get the single braids. This is also like braiding knotless braids. So you start braiding, braid 1, 2, 3, and then you just flip your fingers. I'm just showing you guys up close how to braid, but different people braid different ways. So you guys can see closely that I braid almost to the end and then I leave it alone. Because we are not working with human hair that has the feather, you can also choose to add the curls to the braiding hair earlier on just to give it a more natural vibe. So at this point, I am done braiding the entire hair. I am now going to go in and add the curls. Now for this part, you need to know how to add hair to the braids. That is what this whole style is about, because we are adding the curls to our already single braids. So there are different techniques to adding hair, especially with knotless braids. We could start with the feed-in method, which is basically because we're already braiding with our natural hair, then we slowly add in the curls as we go. Now the good thing about this is that the knots are not visible and is less tension to the scalp, but we don't need to worry about that because we are adding almost to the end of the braid. Once you're done adding the hair, you braid down a little bit, then you just let the curls go. Now I'm going to slowly show you guys how to achieve the miracle knots. Now with this one, you have to know how to crochet, but I feel like everybody already knows how to do that. So you put your crochet hook through the braids on the top, and then you add your curls. You pull it through. We want to do double stitch so that way the curls do not move. That's basically what I did throughout the hair. I made sure I double stitched every single curls, so that way even if the client was to play around with the curls, it would not come off, it would not move. When I tried doing the single stitch, what I did notice is that it was able to move. This is probably because it didn't have the feather to keep it in place. So when working with synthetic curls for this particular style, let's play around with it to see which one works. You could do the double stitch, you could do the single stitch. Just try it to see which one works. So for each braid, I ended up adding 2 curls in the back, but when I came to the front, I added 3 curls, about 3 curls to each braid. This is just to give it that full effect. Now, if you do not like big hair, I would say use less curls as possible. But if you're someone like me that don't care and you really love yourself big hair, then go ahead and do this. Now, let's talk about some ways to care for the synthetic curls, because we need to also keep that in mind in order for the braids to last for a long time. Now, when going to bed, you want to put some water, a little bit of water, a curling cream or a conditioner to twist the hair. You want to make sure you're twisting it every night before going to bed so that by the morning the curls are not tangled. When going to bed, you want to also make sure that you are protecting it from friction by wearing a silk bonnet or using a silk pillowcase. We also want to make sure that we are not brushing these curls. Guys, if you use synthetic curls for this miracle knot, do not use a brush. You always want to do finger detangling. You also want to trim it regularly, maybe every week or every 2 to 3 weeks, just so that way it doesn't tangle. Now, what if in the case it tangles and get like frizzy and stuff? This is what you do. You dip it in hot water, not boiling water, just hot water, and let it cool. Then you gently apply your light products to it. This brings us to the end of today's video. As you guys can see, the hair is really full. It looks really natural and beautiful. Let me know what you think. I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.